Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, aka ToaSniper98, and this isn't what I usually do. My channel isn't necessarily known for Call of Duty commentaries, but earlier today on my other alternate YouTube account that I use to, peruse videos from my favorite YouTubers throughout the Call of Duty community and whatnot around YouTube, you guys know the deal. ONLYUSEmeBLADE and Drift0r, two of my more favorite YouTubers. Not trying to suck up to them or anything, but that's what it is. Have released videos, or I shouldn't say release. That sounds awkward. Have put up videos regarding similar topics. They're not that similar, but there is a connection that you can make between them, or at least I did anyway. Blade was the first one. He uploaded a video on titled "Triple VSAT Lower Your Party in Streaks," where he basically talks about the philosophy behind how he doesn't understand like the tryhards who rock like super high kill streaks and running around and making people rage quit, and how he doesn't really understand that kind of concept, and how even though he likes to try hard, he does it systematically, where he doesn't force the other people to feel like they need to rage quit in order to have in order to have fun with the game. At least that's what I believe he's talking about. If I am incorrect, then I do apologize. Sometimes I can screw up some things here or there, and mind you, I'm not the best guy at commentaries, but if I do feel like I have something to say about a certain topic, then I will go ahead and talk about it. And then about an hour later or so, or maybe within the hour even, Drifters put out another video, or I shouldn't say another video, it put out a video called Definition of a Tryhard, and in parentheses, Black Ops 2 League Play Gameplay, blah, 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 blah. And in that video, he talked about how in a previous video of his, he made some offhand comment about tryhards, and how he kind of pissed off some people that way, and he made this video in order to explain what he thought was a tryhard, and the kinds of people who he disliked amongst those kind of tryhards. And I hope that's what he was talking about. In case I got that wrong, then please do correct me on that. But from what I have heard from these two people, and from what I've heard from their commentaries in these two videos, I will be making my response to them, because I feel that as a kind of tryhard in Call of Duty, I feel like I want to respond to their commentaries, because I agree with some things that they say, but I also want to point out some things that they did not mention in their commentaries. Maybe these thoughts that I have in mind, maybe they ran through their thoughts as well, or ran through their minds as well, but I just wanted to let it be known in case they didn't. So just a little bit of background. I play Black Ops 2, or Call of Duty in general, on PC. I am not a console gamer. I absolutely suck with console, and the only thing I know how to play is PC. I'm not trying to start console wars and say like, oh, PC master race, ha ha ha, child acceptor, some shit like that. No, I'm not trying to do that. I play PC only because of the simple fact that I just don't understand console. I've tried playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1 at my friend's house on his Xbox, but that didn't work out too well, and I rage quit only because of the fact that I didn't know how to play. So yeah, excuse, yeah, no. So there you go. I'm a PC gamer. I play Call of Duty 4, 5, all the Call of Duties that have been out there, except for the old ones like pre Modern Warfare, on the PC, and that includes Black Ops 2. So with that in mind, I want to just point out the fact that there could be the possibility that my experiences with Call of Duty may not correlate with Blades or Drifters, because we play on different platforms. Blade and Drifter plays on Xbox, whereas I play on PC. Obviously, because PC is not a console, technically speaking anyway, or I hope that's correct. Our experiences will be a little bit different. The audiences are different. Just in general, if I were like a console player, maybe I could, post this video, make this commentary with more legitimacy, if that's even a word. But who cares? I'm here to make the commentary. That's just kind of like a disclaimer that what I have to say might not be the best kind of insightful commentary, so to speak. So let's start with I may have to split this commentary because again, I'm not very good at commentary, so I may have to pause for a long time in order to gather my thoughts. I usually don't do videos like this, but we'll start with Blade's video first because I watched his video first. So Blade, like I said, he put up a video earlier today titled "Triple VSAT, Lower Your Party and Streaks," blah blah blah, and in that video, just to kind of give you a recap again, he talked about how, you know, he doesn't understand people who go around with dogs, swarms, VTOL warships, and just absolutely trash on people and make them rage quit. He says he doesn't understand that, and while I agree with that for the most part, Blade, first of all, I will have you know that I also oftentimes go knife only because I enjoy going knife only. It poses a certain kind of challenge to me, and whenever I don't feel like, you know, running around with guns blazing, running around with a knife is a good way to, I guess, kind of, how do I say this? Like in Drift0r, have fun with the game while playing it, and it, you know, poses a challenge for me because I am limited in what I can use. I can obviously only use a knife and go around killing people with it. So in that sense, yes, I can kind of relate myself to Blade. That, you know, one of the things that he said in his video was people don't like getting knifed, and he's repeated this before. I remember in watching his previous videos over the years that people don't like getting knifed, and that's certainly true even on the PC. That's one thing. That's one of the things that don't change cross-platform. People on PC also do not like getting knifed at all. In fact, there have been games where I have gone around knifing people, and I've basically turned the lobby into knifing lobbies by myself because people are like, "Oh, that guy's knifing. Okay, we'll throw in our own knife only classes too, and we'll just go after that guy. You know, that asshole who's running around with a knife and stabbing people because he thinks he's so good." People usually there seems to be like a sort of stigma for that, for people who run around knife only because of how Black Ops 2 is played. It's really easy to go around knife only because of the fact that you can actually hold out a combat knife instead of previous titles where, you know, you can only run around with a pistol, and that's about as best you can do. Maybe a pistol with a tack knife attachment, but that's about it. So in that regard, that I'd have to agree with Blade because people absolutely do hate getting knifed. However, the thing that I want to disagree with Blade on in his video is that it's like, I can understand that, you know, for someone like Blade who runs around most of the time with a knife, ballistic knife, what have you, and you know, he doesn't want to get kills with like lethal kill streaks. It's not what he does. It's not his thing. So usually that's why he only runs like care packages for other people to pick up UAVs, CUAVs, and orbital VSATs, because, you know, those are kill streaks he can use, and they're not going to directly kill enemies. And I can see why you say that, Blade, because you have no reason to use those lethal kill streaks. That may be a part of why you believe the way you do. That, you know, what's the point of having lethal kill streaks? But I also understand that having lethal kill streaks will make people rage quit, and that's not what you want enemies to do. You want to, like in your own words, play the cards so they think they have the chance to win, and then keep taking their money while still maintaining the guys that, you know, they still stand a chance against you. Obviously, video games is a little bit different because they can clearly tell that they were losing in the kill confirm game you had on your video there, but at least, like you said, at least they're not getting, you know, trampled on and absolutely butt fucked by lodestars, VTOL warships, and dogs that are ripping their faces off. But as a fellow knifer, I don't want to put myself on the same scale as you per se, because I know that might tick off some people who may watch this video, and who are fans of you, who might say, "Oh, why are you comparing yourself to Blade? You scrub." I don't want to do that because I don't want to piss off people accidentally. But as a fellow knifer, I need to say that I kind of have to, for personally speaking, I have personal preferences that kind of differentiate me from you and kind of cause me to disagree with you on that, Blade. The reason why is because I like lethal kill streaks. Let's just put it that way. I love the feeling of the rush that I get when, you know, the announcer says, you know, dogs ready on your go, or VTOL warship, standing by, or lodestar standing by, what have you, swarm, all those really big kill streaks that are usually typically hard to get. And another thing that I need to mention in like kind of like a background as sort of context for this commentary is that here's another thing that I don't really feel that may be suitable for all audiences per se, but I honestly feel that lobbies in PC Black Ops 2 or PC Call of Duty in general are much tougher than they are in on console. Of course, I can't say that with 100% clarity. Maybe only like 50% because that's just what I've seen, or what I can infer from watching all these YouTube commentators put up like 100+ gameplays that I could never hope to get while I'm playing PC, But I honestly do feel that console lobbies are in general easier than they are on PC lobbies. The average skill ceiling aren't equal for console compared to console, or when you're comparing console and PC. So that's why I like my lethal kill streaks, because it's so rare to get them that it's very satisfying to get those, because to me it poses as a kind of achievement, like some sort of miniature achievement, that yes, I got my swarm, I got the beast on these guys. And I understand that people don't like getting brutally murdered by lethal kill streaks. I had this one game where I just call in a load storm, everyone except one person leaves the game. I understand that, Blade. There are lobbies like that, and PC is no different in the sense that players do not like getting butchered by people having load stars up in the air. But that still won't stop me from, maybe pulling out my tryhard knife only class and going around trying to get, swarms, load stars, what have you, on maps that I like. Because I understand that I can't get all the best gameplays on every single map. Like maps like fucking Aftermath. What's that other map that I can't remember that I hate? Like Aftermath is one of them. Oh yeah, and then Turbine. Those big maps. Those aren't my cup of tea. I can only recall getting like a really good game on one of them on Aftermath. And I tried recording that in theater mode, but apparently theater mode wasn't working, so I didn't record that by itself. So I was like, fuck. But Blade, I like my lethal kill streaks. And even though this commentary is, about your own kind of set of beliefs, you need to understand that there are people like me who love going around playing the game for high kill streaks. Now, I'm not trying to say that I'm one of those people who you talk about, parties up with other people, with 5 other people, and just absolutely crush like pub lobbies on Xbox. In fact, I almost never play with other people. In fact, the only time I've done so was in the first 2 weeks of Black Ops 2 when my friends over the internet also got Black Ops 2, and they invited me over to play with them. And even then, we weren't winning every single game. We weren't trying to try beast mode every single time, and some of us were going for montage clips with sniper rifles, so they weren't really helping out with winning games either. But overall, I'm a solo player, Blade. I don't go around with other people and just wipe out the opposition, so much so that they leave the room. Because first of all, I'm kind of a loner guy. I don't necessarily like playing. I'm kind of like you, Blade, in the fact that I don't really like going out and bunching up with a lot of other people and going beast mode like that. I mean, sometimes it's cool for me, but oftentimes, or the majority of times, that may account for why I don't, is because I just don't know enough people to go around making parties and just absolutely owning people. Makes me sound like a little loner, but I mean, that is true to a certain extent, so I'll just let that slide. But even if I did have a party, I would still go for high kill streaks, because here's the thing. I mentioned before that PC, obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, that's gonna piss off some people. I've already mentioned before in this commentary that I believe that PC on PC, the skill kind of level on average is higher than it is on console. Thus, that makes getting like lethal kill streaks or high kill streaks really rare. I'm sure I've already kind of implied this earlier before when I first talked about this, but because of that really makes up a lot of the reason why I love getting lethal kill streaks. Because it's so rare to get them. Like I said, I'm a PC gamer and I have no idea how the Xbox plays out, or how I should say how Call of Duty plays out on the Xbox. I don't know that full experience because I just don't know how to play console. That's just the simple thing, and I just hope that for anyone who's watching this, you guys understand that I'm a purely PC gamer. But in my experience, lethal kill streaks are very, very difficult to get, and getting them is very rare. Most of the time, in most of the lobbies I run into, it's probably, this is probably true for console lobbies as well. But obviously, me watching other YouTubers, the sense that YouTubers get like 100+ games every single lobby is kind of ingrained within me. So it's kind of tough for me to think that people on Xbox and PS3 run into like normal lobbies where there's not like dogs being thrown up towards the middle of the game. But for me, in my experience anyway, I get like swarms like easily every 10 games. It's very, very rare. So I know, Blade, that you're not talking about my kind of try hard where we go around beasting on people, like we rely on each other, to party up with other people in order to win games. I know you're not talking about me per se, but I just feel that you need to, again, maybe you've already thought of this, and I just don't know that you have, but you just need to open your eyes or kind of open your mind to the fact that there are people who are out there running around solo, getting lethal kill streaks because they love getting lethal kill streaks. They love the kind of rush that it gives them, the kind of adrenaline, the kind of satisfaction that we give ourselves, saying that, oh yeah, we're fucking boss, and this is how we're gonna prove it. Collins the Swarm, not from a care package, because that's just fucking cheap. But we earned this swarm. We have every right to. We have every right. We deserve this, and we have every right to use it. And I mean, of course, Blade, you can't use these lethal kill streaks, so maybe that's part of the reason why you don't understand why people go around, getting the kill streaks. But I do think, for the most part, that your point is valid. That you don't understand, like, really now, you need to party up and beast on other people so they rage quit the game. We all understand that, or I understand too, that making people rage quit is not fun, because then if that happens, then you're gonna end up only playing like one person, and things just won't be fun, because all you end up doing for the rest of the game is just running around the entire map trying to look for that one guy. If you don't have a UAV or orbital VSAT in the air, you have no idea where he is, so you just wander around just like, where's this guy? Oh, there he is, let's kill him. Okay, let's run all the way across the map to kill him again. Oh, rinse and repeat, gotta go back to the other side of the map. Perfect for hijacked. Anyways, but just want to mention that, Blade, that there are people like me who enjoy rocking lethal kill streaks like dogs and swarms because we love it, and part of the reason why we do run those lethal kill streaks is because of the fact that they're just so rare. And another caveat to this is in the fact that on PC anyway, I'm not really too sure how this is on Xbox, but it seems like whenever people call them swarms, people just like leave right away, like rage quit the game right away. On PC, people tend to have a little bit more tolerance for whenever people call in lethal kill streaks and whatnot, and I don't know. That's just kind of what I've seen, because the vast majority of my games that I've actually gotten high kill streaks on, like lodestars, dogs, swarms, all that good stuff, they don't actually leave, because first of all, dogs are pretty easy to kill. Let's just put it that way. You can even knife them, and I feel like the dogs in Black Ops 1 were a lot more dangerous than they are in Black Ops 2, but that's just me. Second of all, the yeah, I shouldn't say second of all. I forgot what I was gonna say, but like people are a little bit basically are more a little bit more tolerant on PC of like lethal kill streaks because of the fact that it's just so rare. Like what I have yet to see like 2 lobbies in a row of people getting like swarms and people rage quitting game. Of course that's just my experience, and other people may have different experiences, but personally speaking, that also constitutes part of the reason why I like running kill streaks, is because I know that it's so rare, or I'm confident in the fact that people know that it's so rare on PC to get like lethal kill streaks, like load stars, swarms, that they will be patient and let themselves get killed by it. That's a really horrible way of saying that, but they will tolerate it, and they'll stick through the game because they know that they're not gonna go into the next lobby like, you know, thinking, okay, that guy's gonna get another swarm next game, so we'll just back out of this lobby. I have faith in people like that, that, you know, they're not going to rage quit just because I've called in a swarm. And if they do rage quit, my philosophy of people rage quitting because I call in like swarms and dogs or something is one of, if you rage quit from someone just calling in a swarm or dogs, sure, it might suck for you because you might die a lot, but if you are going to rage quit from that, then you don't deserve to play Call of Duty. That sounds a bit harsh, yes, I know, but if you rage quit just because someone else does well, or just because of someone else's dumb luck, because, you know, people can get swarms from care packages, it's not likely, but it's possible. I've gotten one myself. Then you really don't deserve to play Call of Duty. You're doing everyone else a big favor by not ruining the experience for your teammates. I would much rather be in a team by myself against 6 people than be you know, and let my teammates rage quit. Because if they rage quit, then I know for a fact that they don't have the backbone in order to just bend over, take it like a man. Yeah, that sounds real gay, I know, but just take it like a man and accept the fact that, hey, someone's got a kill streak. You know, it sucks, but that's gonna happen. That's what happens in Call of Duty. Come on, I mean, let's be realistic here. You don't rage quit just because someone called in a single swarm. I mean, if they keep calling in swarms, but maybe. But you need to understand, if someone keeps calling in swarms, then that must mean that they are skilled enough. They have the skill in order to, you know, be able to call in multiple swarms. That's just how I look at it. I mean, that could be a very, very degrading way of looking at people, but that's how I view this. That's how I look at people who rage quit from leaving just because I got a swarm, just because I called in my dogs, or a combination of both. It'll suck. I've been on the receiving end of such high kill streaks a lot of times. But for things like load stars, dogs, they're easy. The only thing that's really, really gonna threaten you is swarms, because there's really no realistic way to stop it, or stop that particular kill streak. All you can hope to do is just get into a building and just camp out there and hope that your enemies don't come in and kill you, so you spawn outside. That's the only thing. You can kill dogs easily. You can shoot down load stars. It's not that hard. All you need to do is get an FHJ. Anti-aircraft missile launcher. If the low star kills you, then great. You have 2 more. You spawn with 2 more rockets, and you have to shoot it down right away. As long as you have cold blood and it doesn't kill you over and over. And even if it does, then at least I know that, hey, that guy is good with the load star. That guy knows that someone's trying to shoot him down, and he's prioritizing his targets to maximize his time with the load star. That's kind of how I view people who rage quit because of people who get high kill streaks played. That you know, if you're gonna rage quit, then go ahead, make my day. Because if you really are, then it's not even worth my time owning you, so that, you know, you can eventually just satisfy yourself by rage quitting. I don't know. I hope that my message here kind of gets across, but wow, I've been talking for 24 minutes. Jeez. But I still haven't talked about Drift0r's part. But I hope that kind of like my message isn't like repeated over and over. I hope that I have, you know, adequately elaborated on this particular topic. And without further ado, let's talk about Drifter's part. Oh yeah, let's spend another 24 minutes talking about this now, shall we? No, just kidding. Most of the things I wanted to say for Drifter have already been kind of stated or like established already in my time talking about Blade's video. So the next video I wanted to talk about was the one with Drifter's called his video called "Definition of a Tryhard." Drifter has talked about this before in a different form in his video called "Never Rage Quit," and that video really kind of made me happy inside because before video or before video, yeah, nice English there, buddy. Before Drifter released that video, I forget how long it was ago. It was probably like a couple months ago or something. That when you put up that video, Never Rage Quit. I was never the kind of person to rage quit. The only times that I ever have rage quit out of the game is when I see that there is absolutely no chance for me to try to carry the team. Because first of all, let me just say that I'm not saying that because you know I'm this super awesome Call of Duty player when I'm really not. I'm just an average Call of Duty player who sometimes does well. From time to time. I mean, I do score on the top of leaderboards in my lobbies, or not leaderboards, on the top of my lobbies, the vast majority of my games on PC, Black Ops 2, but that's only because, you know, I play the objective. Usually I play lots of kill confirms, so I always go after the tags. That's just the only reason why my score is so hyperinflated. My KDR is not that great. It's only like 1.61 or 1.59. Now, or something like that, and my win and loss ratio is only like 1.3 something. So I'm not a very good Call of Duty player. I just do well sometimes. But I only rage quit. Oh, and another thing, I was about to cough there, so if I do cough, I do apologize. But another reason why I want to just mention this is because I don't want to sound like some moral symbol of Call of Duty moral justice or something like that. I don't really know how to phrase that adequately, but basically what I mean is I don't want to make myself seem like all high and mighty just because I say, oh, I never rage quit, Drifter. I'm a never rage quit hipster, because you can always have hipsters of any kind. I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm just saying that I almost never rage quit. And when Drifter put up that video called "Never Rage Quit," I was really happy that, you know, there was a YouTuber of Drifter's caliber to have the philosophy of never rage quitting, even no matter how much a game sucks, no matter how much you're getting owned and getting your ass raped in the ass. Did I just seriously say ass raped in the ass? Oh, that'll be a drift. That'll be a soundbite. Anyways, no matter how badly things are going, you know, I will never rage quit. That's just not my thing. I don't think that's, well, personally, I don't think it's cool to just rage quit and abandon my teammates, you know, who may also share my same philosophy of never rage quit and just sticking through. I feel like if I have a couple reasons why I don't rage quit, is because first of all, I don't. It's kind of like a personal thing that I want to tell myself at the end of the game. You made it through this. You did not rage quit. You did not stoop down to the level of other people who would have rage quit out of this lobby like a minutes ago, like far before the game was even over. Like instant swarm, someone calls in a swarm, oh, rage quit. Like you, it's kind of like a self-satisfactory thing. If you kind of get my drift, haha, pun, drifter. Anyways, now fuck you. But another reason why is, like I mentioned before, it lets down my team. There's going to be people who will not rage quit. You know, for as many rage quitters as there are out there, Drifter used to make it sound like as if lots of people rage quit as soon as they, you know, things go bad for them, like someone calls in a lodestar and they just get their asses stomped in, and you know, I'm sure you know this, but I want to just point out the fact that there are still a lot of people who, either because they don't know better or because they have the I guess the integrity or the kind of gamer caliber to, you know, not rage quit because of poor gamer etiquette. that they will stay there. They will stay there and just tough it out, for lack of a better term. They will tough it out, and I'm one of those people. And one of those the second reason is that I feel that I will fail those people if I rage quit. There's those people. If I rage quit, there's going to be people on my team who still need to deal with that shit. All the crap we're going through. We're still a team. I don't know these people, but we're still a team. And if someone calls in, as long as it's not free for all, let's just keep that in mind. As long as someone calls in a swarm, in a game modes that aren't free for all, that means that not only am I suffering, everyone else on my team is suffering, except for the guys who rage quit. Obviously, they don't have to deal with that crap, but who cares? Let them rage quit, because they're fuckers anyway. You know, those people who stick through, I feel like I will personally fail them, and it's just kind of like this is a horrible analogy, but kind of like a survivor's guilt kind of thing. If you guys don't know what the survivor's guilt thing syndrome is when, like, say for example, you have a hostage situation, and there might be two people who are hostages, and the people who are holding those hostages might kill one person but don't kill the other. And the one who survives may have the survivor's guilt syndrome, where they think that they should have been the one who needed to be killed, and so that the other guy could be spared. I kind of have a warped sense of that going on. That if I leave, then I'm going to be leaving those people to suffer, and while I got off the hook, or help myself get off the hook. So that's the second reason why I personally do not rage quit. Let's see, just trying to gather my thoughts here. Sorry about that. I'm still kind of sick. I've been sick over the last week or so with first a fever and a cough, but most of it's pretty much gone by now. But in any case, Drift0r kind of elaborated on a few definitions of tryhard, like tryhards who only play to win and don't have any sense of challenge, and those people who try hard, because they want a challenge. They try hard because if the lobby was, this is kind of like me kind of taking Drift0r's words into my own context here, but they try hard because if, like, it kind of giving like a converse example, I think that's the technical term. If they were in a lobby that was easy, they wouldn't have a reason to try hard. Those kinds of tryhards would try hard only when they see, well, I shouldn't say only, but when they see that there's a challenge to be had, then they will try hard. And Drift0r obviously looked positively upon those people who try hard with a good gamer attitude, and didn't, tell people to go eat dog shit because they're so much better than you guys, have that kind of hipster, oh, we're so better than you, we're so MLG elite people kind of thing. And I definitely do understand that. There are there's always going to be douchebags running around the world, and especially on the internet, and so much more so on PC, because on Xbox you have the option to mute people, so you don't have to deal with that shit. People being fucking retards and douchebags and faggots, and putting on their mic and saying, "Ha ha, we won, and how does that make you feel, fucker?" No one likes being called that. And with Drift0r's case, yeah, let's keep stuttering on a word, shall we? I don't want to call it syndrome, for lack of a better word, because my vocab is just completely shot right now. What Drift0r described as kind of like the YouTuber kind of stigma, that if you're recognized in a public lobby, then people will just go absolute tryhard so they can beat you and say, "Oh, hey, you know that Drift0r guy? Yeah, I beat him the other day. I'm so good. I'm so boss. If I can beat a YouTuber, I'm so good." I completely understand that, because as a fellow YouTuber, a smaller YouTuber, but nonetheless a YouTuber who understands that kind of thing, I do empathize with that, and no one likes being, put down and called a scrub just because of the simple fact that you were beat. No one likes that. No one likes those guys, and it's especially worse on PC. I say this with a clear sense of Is that even a word? I'm making words as I go. I'm so good. I should add words to the English dictionary. Anyways, so I say this with emphasis, I guess you could say, that PC, it's worse. That kind of situation is worse on PC, because on Xbox, like I said, you can mute the other people. I'm not mistaken. On PC, there's no way to get rid of the chat box. As far as I'm concerned, you cannot get rid of what people type. So there is voice chat, and people do use voice chat, but very, very rarely. Most people who play Black Ops 2 or Call of Duty in general on PC usually do not use mics unless they're YouTubers or something like that. I have a mic, so I am able to talk to other people over on the mic. But if people type shit in game, that shit is real apparent. It's real obvious. There is no way you can't look at it. I mean, on some of my videos you can see people typing, and to you guys, it might not be. You might say, oh, you can ignore that. That font's so tiny. But when you're playing on a 1600 by 900 resolution 17-inch laptop, I mean, it's not a big monitor. But for me, who's playing on I play on a laptop, so I'm close to I'm playing close to my monitor. I see that shit. I read it, and it digs deep. I take shit personal. I'm a bitch like that. Let's be honest. I take stuff real personal, really personal. You have no idea. So even if someone says you're a scrub, I take that shit personal, and it hurts. I wish I could, kind of change my mentality that I can tell myself, oh, you don't need to think that way. But for me personally, it's really hard to do. I need to be like either really happy that day or that game, or at like some all-time low in terms of self-esteem to not be able to be bothered by that. Anywhere in between, I'm just gonna go lower. So that stuff, when people talk shit over PC and they type that crap, that gets me really bad. And that it's funny because most of the people who on PC anyway, in my experience, I don't know how it is on Xbox, but I'm sure there could be some correlations. But in my time with Black Ops 2 on PC, usually people who talk smack and talk shit whenever they win or something like that, or scream hacks on PC, because people do hack on PC. It's much easier to hack on PC, I think, or what I believe anyway. I could be totally wrong on that, but whenever they lose, they scream hacks, or you're such a scrub, I fucked your mom last night. Or if they win, haha, you're so good, you're so bad. No, you're so good. Self contradictory, or contradictory. I'm just butchering my words today. That's probably a syndrome of me talking way too long. But I'm sure I don't even need to give examples that you guys already know what I'm talking about. But most of the time, the people who do that are people who aren't very good. Like, I look at their scores and they're going negative. They're on the bottom they're on the bottom half of the freaking scoreboard, and they did nothing for the team besides pick up a couple tags here and there. Because I play lots of kill confirmed, I see them talking smack when they're not really a very good player. I mean, of course, there are other people who talk shit, but in my mind, even though it's annoying, it's at least a little bit less annoying than the other people who talk smack and can't back it up with actual skill. Like, I've run into quite a handful of people who, they're very good players. I checked their combat record, and their score per minute is very high, and their KDRs are also very high. And those people, if they want to talk shit, then in my mind it might be annoying, but I can let that go a lot more easily than, say, someone talking shit when they're not even good. Because I, at least in the back of my mind, understand that, hey, this guy's good. Let him have his bragging rights. At least that's just it. That's just how it is for me. Maybe Drifter, you're a little bit different. Like, you still kind of dislike when people still talk smack, even if they win, because that's not polite gamer etiquette or behavior. But in my mind, I can kind of tolerate it a little bit more easily, because I sincerely think that because they are good players, they kind of deserve to talk smack. But if not good, then shut the fuck up. You didn't do anything, man. So those kinds of tryhards, I guess that's not exactly what you talked about, but it is kind of like a tangent that I kind of went off of and derived from Drift0r's original commentary. So there you go. There's those kind of tryhards where they talk smack. They're not really that good, but they think they're tryhards. I mean, there you go. There's so many different strains of tryhards that I mean, even Drift0r wasn't able to. I shouldn't say talk about them all, but yeah, I shouldn't say that. Scratch that. That's being rude. But it's it's just that Drift0r, I want you to kind of, just like Blade, just like how I talked to Blade, that Drift0r, you need to open your mind to the fact that there are lots of different kinds of tryhards. Because, you know, everyone, again, I don't want to say this as if I'm some sort of, oh, I'm your mentor and you should listen to me. No, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just kind of suggesting that, saying, hey, look, you know, the kinds of tryhards you described are good and all, and there's nothing wrong with what you said, or I hope there isn't. But you know, we're all different people. We all there's for God's sake, there's a hell of a lot of people playing Call of Duty at any single moment in time, and there's doubtless millions of people who have already played Call of Duty at one point in their lives, whether it's just for like a game or two, or if we do it for a living. So with that in mind, there's obviously going to be kinds of people who you guys don't talk about because, you know, you just haven't thought of them. So, and it's not that it's your fault, but as someone who has seen and kind of am one of those kinds of people who you haven't talked about but kind of refer to directly, without actually mentioning us in name. I just kind of want to let you guys know that in Blade's case, I'm one of those people who likes running high kill streaks, but because of situational circumstances, that's like saying the same thing, isn't it? Anyways, because of my unique circumstances, not really unique, but hey, you know, I'm a PC gamer. Most Call of Duty players are console gamers. I have differing views of my stance on lethal kill streaks and why I think that people rage quitting or forcing people to rage quit is, in my opinion, or it's different in my perspective. In Drift0r's case, how, you know, I'm a kind of tryhard that you didn't necessarily mention, that, you know, or I never really discussed about how I'm a different kind of tryhard, but in any case, I do agree with Drift0r's kind of sense of the try-hard mentality, but I also disagree with the fact that you know, it's not. You should still let people. You should still cut some people slack when they do, you know, talk shit, because that's how, you know, most people. Well, I shouldn't say most people, but there will be people who are douchebags, you know. And there will be people who you'll run into, and you'll know right away that, okay, this guy is not very pleasant. He's not a very nice person. So I'm not one of those people, by the way. I can be very douchebag. I can be a huge douchebag and a huge dick at myself. But at least I have, or at least I think I have, the decency to not talk shit and not rage quit, and just in general, my kind of my whole code is just to keep silent. If someone's talking shit, then you know, I'll just stay silent, because if you talk back to them, you're only going to feed their inner troll, so to speak. If I do talk back to them, that's only because I'm bored and I want to entertain myself, or it's to you know, beat down someone who is like a scrub who's trying to be all high and mighty and be all Mr. Tough Guy, because even though they went like 0 and 22 on Hardpoint Nuketown, then in that case it's actually pretty fun to go around and, you know, smack talk with them. It's actually kind of hilarious. But for the most part, I don't want to make myself sound like some sort of like the ideal Call of Duty player, but I just want people like Drift0r and Blade to you know, play the game and have the decency to realize that this is a game, this is a video game, it's meant to be enjoyed. it's easy to get frustrated. I understand that too. I get frustrated, like Blade said, when we mentioned the whole you're one off from your dogs or something like that. Like he doesn't understand why the fuss of and the stress that you would put on yourself of dying of when you die when you're like one off of a high kill streak. Yes, that's very frustrating and it sucks, but that's not going to stop me. That's not going to stop me from going for those, because that's my definition of having fun with a video game. And once I say that, then I mean, what are you? Who are you two? You guys are both huge YouTubers compared to me, and you know, even though I'm fans of yours, even though I watch your videos and I really, really enjoy and I'm really thankful for what you guys do to the Call of Duty community, I still have things to disagree with with things that you guys have to say. For the most part, I do agree, but there are also some points that I would like to point out that, hey, look, this may not hold true for everyone, and I'm one of those exceptions. So anyways, this was more, I guess this was a commentary more directed towards Blade, because I talked about him, his video the majority of the time. I'm sure after this commentary I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot to mention this, and kind of freak out about that. But if that happens, oh well, who the hell cares? It's just a video. This video is way too long for what it is. It's nearly 50 minutes long. My god, I can't imagine anyone actually listening through all this. And Blade and Drift0r, if you guys have both watched this through its entirety, first of all, thank you. I wouldn't imagine that you guys would actually spend your time listening to some smaller YouTubers' 46 or 47-minute commentary of like a response to your like 10-minute videos, but I'm a kind of guy who rambles on about stuff, and like I mentioned before in the beginning of this video, I'm not very good at commentary. I'm not good at keeping my words concise and stuff, so I do apologize. But I mean, like I said, if I feel like there is something to be said, if I feel like I want to say something and speak up about a certain topic or in response to something that I've heard from other people on the internet, then I'll go ahead and do so, because I've got the means to do so, and because most people just leave a comment of saying what they think, and usually they go unnoticed. I'm not one of those kinds of people. I want to be one of those people who, when I know what I have to say, and I want to make myself heard, I'll invest the time in order to make a 47 fucking minute commentary in order to get my point across. So yeah, that's just kind of how my mentality works. Again, I can't imagine really anyone of any of my sub base anyway, because my sub base is not primarily Call of Duty, but I just can't imagine anyone actually deeming my video worthy enough that they would actually take 47 minutes out of their time to actually watch it. But hey, who knows? I'm just throwing it out there because I got hope that someone out there will. So anyways, thank you guys who have actually listened through to this entire commentary. And again, I'm not very good at these, but hey, I took a shot, I took a risk. So thank you guys for watching. Yeah, I'll just end it here. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys later. You could